I'm analysing the wrong day. This is what happens when a sleep-deprived mum carries out trader recaps. Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I managed to make $800 in just 2 minutes. This was trading the breakout of the London opening session, and I traded the German index market, the DAX, taking advantage of a break of a key daily level, and the surge of momentum that came at 8 o'clock GMT meant that I was able to make $800 on my funded account with the 5%. I'm going to break down the entire trade process with you on the charts, so make sure you are liked and subscribed, and let's get straight to it. Here we are in my broker in MetaTrader 5, and this is the prop trading account that I have been trading with the 5%ers. It is their summer program. I have enrolled into their 100k summer program. I'll talk more about it later in the video. And the trade I'm going to break down with you today is this trade right here, taken on Monday the 4th of August, and you can see here there is a little bit of a delay in the timing because the server is 2 hours ahead. It says 10 o'clock, but it was actually 8 o'clock GMT when I took this trade. And over here in this column, you can see that the trade exited the same day at 10:02. So I was in this trade for only 2 minutes. That's how long it took to hit my take profit. So how exactly did I manage to win $800 in 2 minutes? This is using a pretty simple scalping strategy, trading the momentum and the breakout of the London session. And to best explain this to you step by step, we're going to go onto my charting platform in TradingView. TradingView have this super useful tool called bar replay mode. So I'm going to use this tool to go back in time to 7:45 on the Monday. So this is just before the London opening at 8 o'clock. So that I can share with you my entire process. First of all, I'm going to add an indicator. This is a free indicator, and it's called the previous daily high and previous daily low. Usually I would start on the daily time frame for my top-down analysis, but as you can see here on the 1 hourly time frame, price is trading at an all-time high. So there's nothing else to see on the daily except for the fact that we are most certainly up. Now, to be honest, when I first opened my chart here, I looked to the left like I always do to see where price might react. That's the question you need to ask yourself. Where price might react? Where might price be drawn to? You have to look at the left to get an idea. And I saw this section here where we were currently trading at. And when I saw this, my first thought, when I saw that price had broken the high during the Asian session, and that we were matching this point here, was actually to look for a short. I opened this up thinking, I want to go short. Fortunately, I continued with my analysis and I explored the opposite end, which you must always do. If you think you are short biased, always look for what you would do if you would go long. And if you think you're long biased, always look for what you would do if you would go short, because you might just see that there is a gap in your plan and that actually the bias is the other way. So I opened this up, and once I had highlighted that we were trading at all-time highs, I dropped to a faster time frame. Why did I drop to the 2 minute? Because we were already at this key daily level, and if price is currently trading at a key daily level when a market is about to open, it can mean a surge of volatility, a breakout. And for those styles of trading, for that strategy, that is where scalping can come in and where a faster time frame is useful. A few important things to note. Price had gapped up over the weekend, so we were already trading up on the day. We got the strong breakout here during the Asian session, but price was consolidating along this key daily level, which is the previous daily high. This is where marking out market structure can be really useful to help you to gain perspective on the intraday market structure flow. So from the current opening of the day, we had a high forming here. And a low down here. So we're not in a trend yet, we have just a high and a low. Price pushes up, tests the high, comes down, doesn't reach the low. Pushes back up, creates a new high here, just about. This is the new low. Price pulls back here, pushes up, hits the same high, comes down, makes a little low, and then pushes higher and makes a new high. This is the new higher low. From this point here, price pulls back and it closes at the key daily level. And it pushes up and it does make a high here, which would make this a new low. This is what I would refer to as a minor low because it is the low closest to price action. And the cause for alarm here is that this low got broken. That was why I was originally looking for a short, because we had broken the level, the daily level, and then we closed below price action, which is a change in behavior. But you've got to remember that we're gapped up and the overall market flow is up. It's trending. So you've got to be very careful to go against the trend in this way. So once I thought about that and thought, well, let's just be careful. What would I do if I was long? I would look at the next support level, which is this one here. This is the major low. This is the minor low that got broken, but we are still trading above the major low here. So I used my fib tool and I dropped it at the bodies only and applied it to the high of the day, the high of this swing. And price comes back perfectly to the optimum trade entry level, pushes away, and it comes down and taps it here and makes a wick. And when I saw this playing out, this is where I thought, actually, I'm going to get long here. Because if I got long at this point, just check my broker data, I got long at 26116. Oh, am I analyzing the wrong day? I'm analyzing the wrong day. 4th. First must have been the Tuesday. Oh well. Looks like I'm analyzing the wrong day. Okay, well that still would have been a nice trade. I didn't take that one. This is what happens when a sleep-deprived mum carries out trade recaps. Inevitably, I missed that trade, but that would have been a nice position for a scalp as well. Same strategy, key daily level, following the trend. Right, let's try again. Tuesday, the 4th of August. Once again, let's reiterate the important points here. We are at all-time highs. We're pushing up. We're actually pushing up higher on the back of Monday's trend pushing up. Well above this structural point, making a new all-time high on the daily chart. New all-time high. This is why I was looking for a short, because I thought we might be getting extended. But I didn't go short, I brought. So let's do the same process again. I'm going to drop to the 2-minute time frame. We are just before the London Open. And we know that I brought this at 26116. Yeah, it's down here. It was on this pullback here. So why did I go there? Let's do the same process again. So price opened up here. If in doubt, if you are unsure whether you're looking for longs or shorts, if you don't know what to do, if you open your chart, you do a higher time frame analysis, you drop to a faster time frame, and you think, what do I do? Mark your market structure. It really clarifies what the market is doing and where may be a good place to enter. And that's what I did. So price opened here, it pushes up, it makes a high. It comes down, it makes a low. We're not actually in a trend at this point. But it breaks this high and makes a new high here. Okay, trend established, intraday trend, and we've broken this key daily level. From here, price pulls back, it makes this structural point here, but we're still within the range of this low. When it pushes up and breaks this high and makes this new high, this right here is the new higher low. Okay. Now, what I was most interested in is that the trend is up. I'm looking for longs. We've broken the key daily level. Intraday, we are trending up. I did use my fib tool from this low and applied it to the high here. And we've got these 3 areas of optimum trade entry. Now, that is where I ideally would like to go long on a pullback. It also drew my attention to, can you guess? This little gap in the market where price closed here and gapped up here. This little gap likes to be returned to and tested. It's just above my fib. It's a pullback from price. That gap, the high of the middle of this gap here, is where I place my buy limits order, because I felt that that's where price would be drawn to grab liquidity, and it gave me plenty of room for my stop. This is probably an unnecessary sized stop, but I tend to stick to 50 pips on the DAX because the DAX can move rapidly, and I like to give my trades room to move. In hindsight, I could have tightened it up underneath this stop to get more profit, but that's part of reflecting on the trade. Right now, I'm just sharing the thought process, which is a large stop underneath these key structural points, just in case we get this big dip down during London, which can happen sometimes. And to counter that, I had a 75 pip target. It's a break of the high, and it's a 1.5R profit loss ratio. So I'm always looking to make more money than I am risking on the trade. That's crucial for your account survival. And this is what happened. Price dipped down and it literally tapped my entry. I didn't even experience drawdown. So yeah, I know, large stop, definitely could have tightened it up. But let's look at what actually happened. It's a perfect entry. It taps that little gap fill here and it surges straight up. And in the space of just 2 minutes, I managed to hit my 1.5R target. This is an amazing window of opportunity. 8 a.m. GMT, the London breakout session. If you can find a key daily level, that's what holds the trade together. If at 8 o'clock in the morning when the London is about to open, price is trading, but it's not near a key daily level, I wouldn't trade it. The key daily level is what helps to give the trade a push and what you can help to capitalize on. Remember, one good trade is all that you need a week to secure some profits and to grow your account. In case you missed it, I am currently involved in the Fiverr's summer plan, the $100,000 account. Currently up in profit, which is a nice start, taking it slow and steady, which is why I'm only taking one trade this week. I am in summer trading mode, A quality only, and absolutely no over trading. My personal risk rules for surviving summer trading, when the volume tends to be a little bit lower. But this account is very exciting. It has an unlimited amount of time to pass the program. There is an 8% profit target for phase 1, and then in step 2, it was reduced to 5%. And I must respect the rules of no more than 10% loss. So my max stop out level would be if the account reaches $90,000. Doing my best to get away from that. And here are some useful stats as well. I haven't taken loads of trades because I am in summer mode. But it's always good to check in on, check your profit factor and check what your win rate is. So if you want to have a go for yourself, I'm not sure how long this plan will be available for. It's a limited time only for summer, but it is a great way to get a large account size for a small amount of money. If you want some more information about it, I did create a separate video and there's a link below in the description. Meanwhile, if you've enjoyed this video, do let me know by smashing the like button, subscribe to my account, and I'll catch you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.